Hey guys, it's Jamie, and in this video, we are talking all about pop-up alerts in Dentrix. So I'm going to walk you through how to create them, best practices for using them, what they're most useful for, and all of that. So let's get right into it.
Okay, so in this video, we're talking about these pop-up notes that pop up like this on your patients. So we're going to run through how to create these. So you can see at first glance on the schedule, this patient here has this little flag on their appointment, meaning they have a pop-up or patient alert attached to them, and this one does not. So that's a good way just at a quick glance to see who has alerts and who doesn't. So to create an alert, you can get into this from any patient-specific module in Dentrix. So the appointment book, the patient's chart, perio charting, questionnaires, all of that, anything that is patient-specific. So you want to click on the patient, and then this icon right here is patient alerts. You can see right now this flag is white. That means there is no alert for this patient. If I'm selected on a patient where there is already existing alerts, you can see that this flag is yellow. So to create a new pop-up alert, we'll click this, and this pulls up our screen to create a patient alert. So we'll run through all of this. So first you want to select a date. So pop-up alerts are great for a lot of different things, and you can use them for very specific scenarios. So if you want to be reminded on this patient's next appointment that they need to update their health history forms, or you need to verify their insurance, something that is date specific, you can enter a start and end date for when this is going to alert you. Or you can select always. It's something that you always want to be reminded of for this patient. Under options, you can select to show the symbol on the appointment. So like on the appointment book, you can see where there's an alert here, if you want it to show that or not. Display age balance with note, that will show you in the pop-up alert also their balance. And then you can also choose to apply this alert to other members of this patient's family. So you can select all family members or just certain family members. Or if it's only for this specific patient, then you don't want to check that. Then you can add in a description and your note down here. So what you want this pop-up alert to say. You can also create custom alert notes for things that you use pretty often. So if you click this alert notes, you can have like templates of things that you use regularly. So you can just select, we're going to update this patient's insurance when they come in. Click OK, and it will put that in there for you. And I'll show you how to create those here in just a second. But while we're in this screen, over here is where you want this pop-up alert to be displayed. So if you click all, every time you open any of these screens, it will display this pop-up. I usually encourage people not to select all because not all pop-ups are relevant for everything that's going on in the office. And if there's too many pop-ups that are happening, people will just click through them and they'll ignore the note completely. So I would try to be as specific as possible. Like if you're verifying the patient's insurance, then you really only need to be alerted like when they're checking in. So maybe in their family file, in their edit existing appointment. So if they open up the appointment screen, it will alert them. In the patient's chart, things like that. It does not need to be popped up on every single screen every time. But you go through and select where you want this note to be displayed, and then just click OK. You can see now it has this alert here, this little flag on the appointment, letting me know that there is a pop-up. And now when I go to open this appointment, it gives me this pop-up that we need to verify this patient's insurance. From this screen, you can also select this do not show this alert again today. So once you have the information, you don't need to see it again. You can select this so it stops popping up for this day. It will continue to pop up if it is set to always. The only time it will stop automatically is if you have an end date set. Now, say you did select always, and now that note is no longer relevant and you want to remove that, you can just go back into the patient alerts here and you can select the note and delete it from here. You can also edit it if you just want to make changes to it, or just delete the note entirely. And it will say, this is going to be permanently deleted. Do you want to continue? Say yes. And it deletes that note. Now I want to get into how to add these specific patient alerts, alert templates so that you can have easy access for those. So to do that, you want to be in the Office Manager. And then on this top toolbar, go to Maintenance, Practice Setup, Custom Notes, and then Alert Notes Setup. And from here, you can add or make changes to any of these alert note texts so that you can have easy access when you're putting pop-ups into your patient charts, that you don't have to type things repeatedly that you use regularly. There's lots of things that pop-ups can be very useful for. Like I said, reminding you to update their health history, reminding you to update their insurance information. If they have a favorite provider and they only want to see this specific hygienist or this specific doctor, you could have a pop-up alerting you to that. What gets really messy is when there are too many pop-ups that people start ignoring them, or things that should be intended to be put in another place. So there's also health history alerts that also pop up. I see a lot in different offices where I'll go into a patient's chart and there's a pop-up, this patient alert pop-up that lets me know that the patient's allergic to amoxicillin or that they need to pre-medicate, things like that, that actually belong in the health history module. And those things will alert you as well. So if you go into the patient's health history module, this is where you want to put all of the alerts for this patient. And when you add things that are set to alert you, it will pop up for you from the health history. Now, I have an entire tutorial on how to use the health history, so I'm not going to go into it all here, but I would be aware that you don't want to overload your system with so many pop-up alerts from this patient alerts pop-up screen, just because if there's too many, people will ignore them. That's just the way it is. And so trying to be as specific as possible, only having it alert you in areas that are relevant, where this note is specifically relevant, is going to make sure that your alert actually stays on the forefront and people actually read it, and then keeping your health history notes in the health history module.
Okay, so that is Dentrix pop-ups patient alerts. So I hope this video really helped you navigate that, how to create them, how to make sense of them, how to make it the most efficient for your practice. So if you like this video and you want more Dentrix tips and tutorials, I put out new videos every week. So subscribe to this channel and I will see you in the next one.